Well, would you look at that? Blood, sweat and tears. That is. That's my in-class steam loco back together again. She has been an absolute nightmare. Oops, sorry, taking off camera. What a nightmare. The things I've had to do. See that there? It's wires. The decoder is now in the tender. I've had to run the wires between the tender and the loco and find space for that because there was getting signal interference because it's all jamming up. There's hardly any space inside this thing. We'll stop it and I'll try and explain it better, but for now let's just watch this N-Class actually running again. So number 31 in my fleet is now back and active. I've never had such a strip down, and this all started live as just something that I got out with the other one. It just stopped. This 8F, the idea was to run them both together, but at the end, this Bachmann N decided to just stop right over there. So that's when the strip down started, and the wire had broken off, and it was already hardwired because these don't come with DCC ready sockets, don't think. And yeah, that's when the problem started. I had motor wires coming off, the pickups from the chassis block came off. Chassis pickup came off. Wow, I cannot believe what I had to do. And then the valve gear on this side coming around here actually came apart. Look at that. To look at it you wouldn't know, but it was all hanging off. The crosshead there was come off and the piston came out, and oh dear, it took hours and hours and days to get this back together. Anyway, there she is. And see that little bit of red paint? I put that on years ago just to enhance where the regulator valve is, you know. But I don't know how them two stanchions at the back didn't break off. One of them slightly bent, out of shape. Still everything's bending back, but have to be careful then to break off. Unless it's already come off. No, it's still there, it's slightly bent. I've added the vacuum brake pipes. That's all I wanted to do with it and run it, and I wasn't expecting a 3 or 4 hour day thing. So I'll just sort that truck out there. The only thing it might need is weight back in the tender. Model locos, my god, they can be more stressful than anything, but that should last me a good few more years now. I hope I never have to take the motor out of it. I'm dreading it because I'll have to take that base keeper plate and disturb all my solderings, which could easily come apart. And the wiring is held together by black insulating tape. If I knew how to solder properly and get good, where's that truck again? Stop that engine, stop that train. If I knew how to solder, I would, you know, wouldn't have half these problems. And there's this sleeve, black sleeve you can put over wires to solve this problem. But look at that. That is running about as smooth as it'll ever be. And these Bachmann early N-Class haven't got bearings in the axles, so they'll just slot in there and it's not very good. But not wearing too bad. And there's a tiny little spring, see them centre driving wheels? There's a tiny little spring that goes inside there that gives it a little spring. I lost it. I've been looking for it for days, and then today I dropped something else on the floor, a couple of other screws, and found it. And it's tiny, about that big. Anyway, I thought I better I'll run it without it. It seemed to run okay, but I thought, well, you know, I want it to run as best as possible, so I managed to get it back in. And there she is. What a bitch. Anyway, we'll stop that because I want to go through it a bit more, and I might do a double-headed running session with it and the what's the name, the AF. That's the AF, that's a Hornby AF. I was gonna say, yeah, all the this is permanently coupled together now. Well, it was all along when Bachmann released it. It's got a sort of cam coupling thing which kept putting in the wrong way round. And another thing, with all those electrical crazy signals going on, affected the way the decoder was performing, so I had to do a reset on it, and it seems okay. I've reset it 2 or 3 times back to factory settings and then put the number back in, and it seems okay. It seems to have calmed down, and let's see if we can get a nice slow stop on it, and I'll show you a little bit more about what I did. Would help if I had the right number up. Right, there we go. Wow. Good control. That's lovely, isn't it? I'm so happy, the work I've put into this locomotive. But anyway, I want to talk about the valve gear problem I had. Let's get a screwdriver. Right, so I don't know if I can hold the camera and point this out. Now I think this might be called the drop link here. This rod that comes down there. Drop link, and you got crosshead things and all that. Now what had happened, you can't see it, but behind here they just sort of clip in, and then they clip into this piece of plastic here, right in the hole. That come out, all that come out when I knocked it off the floor. Not this side, the other side. And luckily this side stayed intact, and I had to use this side as a template to work out how it all went back together again for the other side. Honestly, do your frigging head in. The other thing that's happened to this is this rod on the other side, this one, it's all loose. It came loose with all the manhandling I've been doing, so I need to get that back in. But she looks really good, you know, and I welded motor up, thank God. Now there's my wiring, you just see it through there. Luckily Bachmann left a hole in the tender here. Don't know what the hole's for, maybe it's future DCC. But there's a hole there, and there's also a corresponding hole in the locomotive right there. I thought, I'll plug the wire through there. Now this tender's had some really big heavy weights in it, and I had to remove them because they nearly took up all the space in the tender. So they're out, and obviously that'll give the loco a bit more pulling power, and if I can always plonk a bit of weight in there if I want to, and cover it up with coal, and it'll be fine, you know what I mean? So I put the vacuum brake pipe on that, and yeah, I lost screws were falling on the floor, tiny little screws. I must have taken out about 8 or 10 screws. I had the motor out, as you saw at one point, but there you go, number 31 in my fleet from 2009. And it just goes to show you can get a loco out from storage and it could just stop, and you never know, you open up a can of worms. It could be an easy fix, or it could be, if you've got a lot of modelers will just leave it broken, you know, or send it off. But I thought, no, I just kept coming back to it and coming back to it and coming back to it. Oh dear, I spent hours, honestly, lining it up. I just want to tell you this, the motor inside here sits in this space here, right, where this firebox is. It's about that wide. The only bit you've got for wires and decoders is this bit space here going down to about there. So you've got space about that large going across. If you've got a lot of wires and any of them are touching or bending, or this is when you're going to get signal interference. The decoders do not like cross wires, and you've got to make sure that nothing's shorting out in there, you know. So, and because I haven't got any decent soldering skills, I rely heavily on black insulating tape. It doesn't have to be black, but I use black. And you know, I kept putting the decoder in here and it wasn't running. Then the pickups broke off under there, and then the motor wire came off, you know, and it kept coming off. It's such a tight fit, you know. And so many times I just had to give up. I was punk drunk on it and I had to keep coming back to it. Then one night when I was laying in bed, as you do, I thought, hold on a minute, why can't I put the decoder in the tender? It's already got a coupling bar there. Put it in the tender. I thought, yeah, what a brilliant idea. And so I set to work a couple of days ago after giving up trying to get the decoder to run properly inside the body. And gradually, bit by bit, it sort of gave itself up to me until about an hour ago. I had it running with the pony wheels off, and it accepted the program number on the track, and because I had the body off yet again because one of the wires of the tape had come off, so I had to put it back on. Yeah, what a trial. The patience of Job or whatever it is. Anyway, should we try and do a double session with the 8F quick one round? Because that's what what I set up to do. And what I'll do, I'll take one of these trucks out. I think one of these is a bit light, and we'll run it without it. Take that one out and try and have a double header with the 8F if we can. So let's get 64 shunted forward, and we can see them as a double header. We'll just shunt that forward a bit. We'll get it to stop in front of the points. We'll back 31 the end up over the points, and that can couple up to it, and then we'll do a consist, and that'll finish the video. So there's that lovely Hornby 8F. I had problems with that. Oh, I fitted the cylinder drain pipes on the bottom of this. They look good, don't they? I had to burn pinholes in them to get them in, because there's no facility to do that. The only problem is you shouldn't be running it on tight curves, so I hope I haven't caused any damage. We'll have a look. I'll change the points over. Let's move the end forward. So that's 31. So we're actually going to shunt it backwards. Change direction. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And we'll stop it just clear of the points. That's it. Now we'll get the 8F over. Couple up. Back her up. Just make sure they're coupled, and then we'll set a consist up. And that'll be that. And that'll put them away. Wow. Just let that down there. Now this sometimes does short out. It's a stupid coupling design on the front here. I should work for one of these model makers, you know that. Anyway, we're going to couple them up if they've got to have it. Now I don't know if they've taken... Sort of. Let's get my coupler and do a bit of jiggery pokery on here. Make sure that it's down. That one's gone. That one shouldn't be like that. That one should be up and over. This one, the Hornby one. We'll just, whoops. We'll just move that over there. Whoops. If we can. Hopefully that will drop down on there. See that standing proud, we need to get that down. Done it again. What we'll do, if we can't get it on, we'll run it without that and see if it runs alright. Let's see if we can drop that down now. That one's gone down. Let's see what the other one's doing. I'm still sitting up. No, I can't do it because it's the tender's not lining up. Let's just set the consist. That's double head, 31, 64. Right, how did that go? Loco 31. Hopefully they'll both be running the same way. Yeah, we've got them. We've got them. Slowly over the points for the trucks. Keep an eye on those wheels. Yep. Do a circuit with these and we'll call it a day. I've had such a time. But look at that. That's all I ever wanted to do about a week ago. I was spending all that time working on that N class. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I don't know if one's pushing the other, no doubt. They've got different motors. Same type make of decoder, but one's got 21 pin and one's got an 8 pin. I've just checked that cylinder drain cocks on there. Yeah, they're still there. Fantastic. I want to see if this might be working faster than that one. It's pulling that one. Yeah, I think that's running slightly slipping. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's got a slower, more modern motor. It's probably got a 5-pole motor, and the Bachmann's got a 3-pole motor. So all different variables. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. It's 16 minutes long about my trials and tribulations of that front engine, the Bachmann N class, and it's finally back in service after a week in my workshop being pulled apart. And yeah, that's it now. I think it's probably better to run it with another Bachmann Loco than a Hornby with a different motor in it, you know. But you can get programs to marry these speeds up and all that, you know. I'm so relieved. Thanks for watching.